Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know I'm a little late for the last Ruff Ryder Chronicles. This is a little late update, but I still got it out. Sorry for the wait, if you were waiting anyway. This is the last Chronicles for the Ruff Ryders. I think it might be the last Chronicles unless they announce something later on in the year. So they probably be my last review. Unless y'all have something you want me to review, then leave it down in the comment section and maybe I'll read it and maybe I'll check it out. I ain't making no promises. But first off, we're gonna start out. Well, we're gonna talk about it in a way that I didn't. Like, it was kind of funny because I think in like the first and second episode of the Chronicles for the Ruff Ryders, Diddy signed them and signed the Locks, and they didn't really say how many years the Locks was on Bad Boy Records, but them dude didn't take long to say they wanted to leave, and basically D and Juan did what they did for DMX. They didn't do no, like, it was different from what they did with X. Like that, they went into a dude's house and stuff and put him and basically got the deal done. But with Diddy, it was a little bit different. So I guess it was respect level there of some sort. And it was kind of weird that the Locks didn't seem like I guess that was the weird part. They seemed like they wanted to be there at first, and then now they didn't seem like they want to be it after a while or whatever the business was. They didn't want to be there. I forgot. Like, I watched it, but then I forgot. Maybe, I don't know. I'm telling on myself. I did watch the episode. There were key things I might have slipped past me and whatnot. Then they went to it. Also, in at least that first episode, they talked about the struggles that DMX had with his growing fame, and that led to addiction. Also, that I think I had talked about it a little bit in the last episode, that he wanted a little bit more, I guess, stake in Ruff Ryders, because he felt like he built it. He was the mainstay. Like, while the Locks and the Rock Seat Luke, Style P and Jadakiss was in Bad Boy for a while, he was the mainstay. Even though they were still affiliated with Ruff Ryders, I guess he wanted a little bit more. But the X came with a lot of baggage, and I think that part of him knew that, but part of him wanted something else. And I remember him having a Bloodline anthem song, and I think he talked about that band like a group, but I don't think anything came of that. I also talked about the struggle. They showed the parts of the struggle that Eve went through with not just her. They didn't show the parts of the relationship. They talked about it, but they showed how the struggles of being in tour life. And I've heard other rappers talk about that, like, you got to be in shape. You got to be in shape for tour and everything. So I can believe that was her first time going on tour. That she needed. I think they did what. I think did they do 7 states, or they was in the mix of doing 7 states, but I think they had to do 30. They had did 7, and there was a lot of partying. Then you got to take into that too, that you're doing a lot of partying after shows and stuff like that. So yeah, that took a toll on Eve, and Eve had to dip out. It also told the story about how Benzino, another rapper, I didn't know Benzino was from Boston. I always he looked like a dude that was from New York. How he basically wanted to get fighting with DMX because of a woman that was supposedly cheating on him. He should just let it go at that point. But I guess he was in love. But even though he's on Love and Hip Hop now, still doing the same foolishness. But I mean, to each his own. I mean, I'm not gonna judge much. But he ended up getting a couple of his homies stabbed up because of that. I will give Sheet Luke and the Locks, them, Style P and Jadakiss, they had some good homies because they seen them dudes talking smack, and yeah. Now they hurt their tour, especially because they was already on a short lease with the money. With the money aspect of paying for a tour, like what I think it was 30 states, 30 states worldwide, or at least in America. I think I'm speaking too large. and for all the parties they had, and they were causing damage in some of them places. So yeah, you can't be doing it. You can't have that. But they didn't know that was gonna happen. They couldn't predict that. So yeah, but in this world, you get penalized for that. Some people get penalized for that. They talked about. Well, I think it was in the second episode, towards the end of the first episode, they talked like I didn't know that. Well, there's a lot of stuff. Like I said, I don't like. I understand why they told him because they were the founders of the group, Juan and D and his sister. It basically was a family business, and they kind of welcome everybody into the family, like Eve, DMX, and Sheet Lou, Style P, JD Kiss, the Locks. I don't know why I'm saying that. I could just say the Locks, but some people don't know who the Locks are. They also D Block. They started that later on too. Like after DMX went on to start doing movies and start branching out and stuff, and then Eve started doing. I didn't know that. I just thought D Block. I guess I don't know that because it always just been them. I just thought D Block was another. Like maybe they lost the name to the Locks or something, and then they started calling themselves D Block. I don't really know. It was confusing. I didn't really pay attention to it. I just heard some of their music, thought it was good, and bumped to it. But that would happen. That's good to see that now. That's why I said I would like to see some other Chronicles for artists. I just don't know who, and obviously BET don't know either because they only did it these two times, and then they was all in groups. They were not focusing on like one rapper. It didn't focus on DMX. It didn't focus on Master P in the first one. It focused on the group. So I guess that's why. And I don't know what you mean other groups other than like Cash Money. And they kind of talked about Cash Money in both of these. They were both around with that. So I don't really know how that dynamic work. But yeah, they went to them, and then they made some dope movies. I would have, if he could have stayed on the straight, and now I would have wondered how his acting career would have turned out because he did some good things. But with that, they added responsibility for a dude who already has bad drug problems and stuff. And it was weird. You would think that because if them had a problem with like love and things like that, feeling love, he probably would have that problem of like having nationwide fans. He probably would, cause that was his first wife. I think it was his first wife. She said, he didn't know how to deal with the love that he was receiving from fans. He didn't know how to deal with that, and if he felt like he had a lack of love, which from the first episodes when they talk about him and his mom. Yeah, I can see that. And I think I remember that. I don't think they told this story about when DMX went to jail. He broke out. And then he went home and his grandma basically told on him and got him locked back up. It was something like that. I don't know. I remember the full story, but I remember some of it. And I probably should have brought it up if I wasn't ready to have the full story, but I brought it up anyway. I'm sorry. Yeah, Eve. So I think I do remember the Eve TV show that she had. I don't remember her doing too many movies. And she kind of went away for a while, and then she started doing that little TV show. I don't really know that TV show. It's like a talk show with Sharon Osbourne. Is it Sharon Osbourne? It's the Osbourne wife and some other people. The woman that plays on Roseanne. I don't watch the show, so that's why I can't. But if you watch the show and you made it to this point, let's put it down in the comment. You know what? No, you ain't gotta do that. You gotta do that if you don't want to. But anyway, D, Warren, these are Warren. His brother got into a car crash, and that really affected a lot of the people, especially at that time, because DMX was kind of having a falling out with them. That really affected them. Affected everybody in the group, in the family of Ruff Ryders. Because at that point, I think they basically made up after that. And it affected Eve because he was kind of like if you watch the episode, he was very, I want to say, he was very into her, helping her out with her stuff and helping her come up with her music. So when he was in the coma for, I think, for like 3 months, like, it was very bad on her. I think she dropped 2 albums, and sold less than her first album. So, but after that, she started to do acting and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, cause I don't know. She probably didn't drop them 3 albums, but those, I guess, the first album she lived out that first album. Then she made another song with Gwen Stefani. I don't know why they missing it. And when she made that song, they put her in a pop rap. I guess they were showing that she spread her wings. I guess I don't know, but obviously he came out of coma. He survived, but by that point, music had started. No, I won't say by that point. By a couple of years later, music had started to change. DMX also had got locked up again. And then I think that was a big thing, the reason why they couldn't just do anything with DMX, because he would just either he would get locked up or he would go on a drug binge and you couldn't find him for a couple days to a week. Probably even more. I don't know. I wasn't really there. I went there, but I'm only seeing the stories and stuff. And he admitted to a lot of this, so I give him big credit for that. And I think right now he's doing a whole lot better. If you've seen the verses with him and Snoop a couple of weeks ago, they said one of the best verses that they had. I watched this. I only watched that one, so I wouldn't know. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, that's the only one I watched. But then they tried to not accommodate, but they saw the wave changing in hip hop, and they like, yo, DMX and what's the smart? DMX and the Locks and Eve, they ain't gonna be here for long, or they ain't gonna be rapping. Yeah, they ain't gonna be rapping. Being here for long, something they're gonna die or something. Not like that. They wasn't gonna be rapping for long. They probably won't, even though the Locks are still rapping now. DMX will probably be still rapping now if he is still rapping now. The only person that ain't rapping now is Eve. Now, when they do have like little specials and stuff, she probably come back. And then they're trying to recruit Jen. I actually like the Jen. If you remember Jen from the Freestyle Fridays on 106 Park on BEG, I like the Jen. I liked the little first song he had, Shake It Senorita. I can't remember. I don't want to butcher the song, but it was called Senorita. Now, I don't remember the album. I think I did go back and listen to a couple of them songs of that album, and they weren't good. So, and he didn't do well. And that was like the last I heard of him. That was like the last I heard of him. And the last I heard of him was when Sirius Jones made a joke about, in a rap battle, made a joke about him getting kicked off of Ruff Ryders because DMX found him eating one of his dogs. Bad joke. It was a rap battle. You know, everything goes in a rap battle. So, and that was like the last time I seen Jen. But then I think DMX got back right again for like the 8th, 9th time. But by that point, people really wasn't, and I still check for DMX. I don't know how many people check for DMX. I'll still check for DMX, even though right now his voice a little raspy. He's very raspy. He ain't the same DMX he was then that he is now. But I still check for him, check for his music and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the things that I picked up. Also, I didn't know that because I ain't gonna lie, some of these new rappers I don't listen to, but they supposed to have some the young riders, the young Ruff Ryders. I think there are one of his sons. I think it's, I don't remember. I think it's Lil Warren, something like that. But they also gave him a little spotlight. So I guess you could say for new people but they don't rap. Don't be expecting. Go on and rap anyway, but don't be expecting none of them people to rap like DMX and stuff like that. They got this the new flow, it's a new wave. But them putting that out there will make me look out for them, just like Romeo in what is it? New No Limit, something like that. I'll be checking out for them and see. I have heard some of the rappers, some of Master P's sons rap and daughters sing. So, but I don't think they're as mainstream as they probably would be back in the day, early 2000s, 99, late 99, late 90s, what I'm talking about. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section I will see y'all next time in whatever we are doing here on this channel. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, share, all the good stuff, turn the notification bell so y'all know when we posting another podcast or whatever else we may be doing. Peace out.